Hallelujah. Bible says in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verses 20 and 21. Y'all with me? It says, but in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. Help me out here for a second, David. Grab those wine glasses off of that thing. Let's see if I can do this without the... Ooh, what am I catching on? Looks good, don't it? No food on it. Because we're not talking about what goes on them. We're talking about the vessels themselves. Yeah, move that one around here. And then if you'll pull up the kiddie table. It says, let me read it again. But in a great house, there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. If a man therefore purge himself, say purge. Purge. Just want you all to look at this. Which table would you rather be seated at? I'm going to be honest with you. I go home at Thanksgiving. And it used to be, before Brooklyn came back into my life, I was a single father with Avery and Evan. You know what table I was at? This one. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. All the adults are at the big table. I'm just going to be honest with you. I had probably just as much fun at this table as they did at that table. But at this table, you got plates that look good, and they're functional, and they work. But let me just ask you a question. If a king was coming to your house, when the king comes to your house, and I know some of you would say, no, I said that out. And I understand that, but understand what I'm trying to say here. Let's go here. Whether you like our president or not, if the president says, I'm going to your house, you might not like him. I'll even go a step further. There are previous administrations of presidents that I didn't care for, but I still respect the office. And you can bet if they come to my house, as good as this looks, I'm not pulling that out. I'm going to pull out the best that I have. God says in every house there are vessels of honor, gold and silver and fine china. And I mean, you look at this and that's pretty nice. Right? And this isn't bad either. They both do the same job. They're both vessels that hold stuff. Right? My question is, don't you think God deserves to be in the best thing? Amen. Vessels of honor. And well, why are these dishonorable? There's nothing wrong with them. They work. They're functional. Yes, they are. They're functional. They do the job. But what I have found out is a long time ago is that God deserves my best. I said it last Sunday that we will be operating in a spirit of excellence from now on. So that might happen to the place that I'm just going to be honest with you. Somebody might be up here on stage acting the fool, and I'm going to come to you and I'm going to correct you, and you might not like it. Why? Because this is a place of honor, not a place to cut up and act stupid. Oh, preacher, why would you do? No, not to embarrass you, and I wouldn't do it to embarrass anyone. And if I did, I would publicly ask for your forgiveness. Matter of fact, I had that happen a while back. Evan came in late, and I said something to her, sent her home, and she was mad at me because the way that I did it, I said it to her in front of the whole praise team when I should have pulled her aside and done it privately. Remember that? And by the way, the praise team, I remember, after I apologized to Evan, I apologized in the way that I handled it to all of them as well. If I remember right, I did. If I didn't, I should have. We are called to be vessels of honor. Let's talk. What makes you a vessel of honor? Attitude. What else? Mark, what makes you a vessel of honor? Don't know. What we've been doing this morning. Worshiping God. Attitude goes right with it. I'm not going to go into the rest of the message, but here's my whole point. If God is going to meet our needs because we're going to worship Him with our whole heart, like He told me this morning, it cannot just be a Sunday morning thing. It cannot just be Sunday morning, Sunday night, Tuesday night prayer, and Wednesday, and then we act like the devil. I don't act like the devil the rest of the week. If you ignore God the rest of the week, you're acting like the devil. Matter of fact, I'll say you're acting worse than the devil. Because he don't even ignore God. I can tell you in Job chapter 1, where Satan is before God, constantly accusing the brethren. He can't ignore. But here's the thing. If you claim to be a child of God, and you're ignoring God, He stands before God and says, they say they serve you. But look at them. They're ignoring you on Monday. And they're ignoring you on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Oh, when they walk into the house of God, they're giving you honor and they're giving you glory. Well, really what you're doing is offering God the red Solo cup. Well, this one's hefty. Huh? What are you going to offer God? Your best? Or not even your second best? God deserves our best. Let me just look here for a second. Understand that even though there's vessels of dishonor and vessels of honor, that trials are going to come. Let me read this. Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which are before you. Trials are going to come. But when they come, what you've got to do is make your mind up that, you know what, even though difficult things are coming against me, you do what Mike did this morning. Stand up. Mike, was it Friday or Saturday when you called me and said you were headed? Was it Friday? He called me and said, Pastor, I need you to pray. I'm mad. He didn't know all the circumstances, but he said, Chris has already been in 2 wrecks, and now he's in another one. He's already totaled those 2 cars. Don't know if this one's totaled, and I'm mad because I don't know if it's his fault or not, but I'm sick of my son being in an accident. Hold on, let's back up for a second. Why do you think this hits so close to home? Because Mike, less than 2 years ago, lost a stepson in a car accident. Before we forget. So he said, pray for me that I'll say the right thing, do the right thing. He said, even though I'm mad, even though I'm frustrated, I don't know all the circumstances, you have to pray for me that I'll go in here. And he didn't say this, but this is really what he was saying, that through this whole thing, I'll still be a vessel of honor. That I won't disqualify myself by losing my temper. He didn't say this, but lose my temper and cuss at him for not putting his glasses on or getting frustrated and saying, you stupid idiot. Or take that away. Get frustrated at the person that was in the car with him because they might have been arguing and it was a distraction. And even though it was not his fault, but yet what would have happened if there wouldn't have been the distraction? You all with me? We tend to naturally blame. Hello? I didn't do it, they did. You don't have to teach that to any person. As children of God, we have got to say, you know what, I'm not going to blame no one. I'm going to say, God, thank you. Why am I going to thank God for a car wreck? In everything, give thanks.
Amen.
In everything, give thanks. Let's just be honest. How can you give thanks for a stepson that passed away? Can I tell you how I gave thanks? Not that he passed away, but that I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that months before that car accident, a child, even though he was a grown man that had not been going to church, was coming to church and was sitting. And it amazed me one day, and I said, why don't we all step up and come and sit down a little closer? He got up from where he sat midway back and came and sat in the front row. And every service after that he was in this church, he was sitting in the front row. And even though I never saw him make a public confession, he heard the gospel of Jesus Christ. And the goodness of God comes in that when you know something's about to happen, if you can just speak out the name of Jesus, he'll show up.
That's right, man.
So in my heart, I believe I believe he's in heaven. Why? Because he heard the message of God, and God's grace is sufficient. So in everything I give thanks. I give thanks that he came. I give thanks that he heard the word of God. And I give thanks for something I don't even really know, but I praise God for. Why are you doing that, preacher? Because I realize that if I will give God my best, even though I don't know the answers, God will reward me and give me better than I could ever give him.
Amen.
Yes, sir. That's why we pray over our food. Let me ask you guys one quick question. Which one can you use for a longer period of time if taken care of? Which one? This one? Why? It's harder? Now I'll say this, I can drop this one and pick it back up. But which one do you think, if I drop this one, it's more than likely going to break? It's harder, yet it's not as flexible. Sometimes to be the vessel of honor that God has called you to be, you got to make your mind up. And say, I'm not going to compromise and be this. I'm going to compromise and be what God called me to be. And I know that might lead me to a breaking place that's uncomfortable, but thank God I serve the potter. And he can put me back together. Why are you going through all this, preacher? I had a lot more than I wanted to say. But here's my point. God's already moved in this service. Whose report are you going to believe? What does that have to do with this? I said what God spoke to me, that if we will praise him with our whole heart, he will meet every one of our needs. Some of you are going to walk out of these doors and go, my need's not met. Whose report are you going to believe? See, because here's the thing. God is not a microwave. The Bible says that he knows the end from the beginning. The Bible also says that he holds the hearts of the kings in his hand and he sways them whichever way that he pleases, and I'm paraphrasing, based upon your prayers. So if you need God to move in your life and you come in and you worship him, God will start to move in that situation and he'll meet your need, even though it might not look it right now. People praising God for stuff that they need that are huge things. To be the vessel of honor that God's called you to be, you have faith, you do not doubt. And you believe God. How many believe that this morning?
Amen.
This morning's service has been a little bit different. Stand, if you would, all over this place. Just come step right back up here to the front. Everybody back there, come on back. If you'd say, I want to be the vessel of honor God has called me to be. I want to be what God has ordained me to be. Then it's simple. To be the vessel of honor that you need to be, there's a verse in there. It says this. You ready? This is the uncomfortable part. If a man therefore purge himself. Let me read it again. If a man therefore purge himself. From these he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. Notice something. It says, if a man therefore purge himself. What are you trying to say, preacher? I can't clean myself up. If you're saved, you can go to God and say, God, I'm wrestling with this. And I don't know what to do to get rid of it. But God, help me clean up my life. I will say this. Do not ask God to purge you unless you want to go through it. Preacher Whiting said, I've asked God to purge me before. And it became really uncomfortable for a period of about 8 months where God took some things in my life and made them public that I didn't want people knowing. But when you say, okay, God, I'm dealing with this. God, I'm willing to purge myself of this. What do I need to do? Can I tell you what God told me to do with the things that I was wrestling with? When you feel that wrestling match, understand that it's going to keep coming back. So what you've got to do is make yourself a person of prayer and fasting. Not just prayer. The Bible says a threefold cord is not easily broken. And we take that so many different ways that we take it with marriage. There's the man, there's the woman, and then there's God. You put the three together. And that's great. Don't get me wrong, that's great. But I truly believe that that threefold cord signifies something else. And if you do this in a marriage, it'll work. But it's not necessarily about marriage. There's praying, reading your Bible, and the third is fasting. And I'm not saying, I'm going to offend some people here. I'm not saying turn the TV around. I'm not saying fasting social media. I'm saying pushing back the plate. Sacrificing the biggest thing that you need. Well, I can't do that because I got this medical condition. Well, then you could not have been an Israelite. Because at times the leader called fasts that even the babies weren't allowed to drink milk from their mother's breast. They weren't even allowed to feed their livestock. Well, preacher, that's extreme. Do you want God to move in your life? You got to make your mind up that I'm going to do everything that God calls me to do. Rather than putting my needs first, I'm going to put Him first. And that'll make you this, not that, and stuck at the kid table. Heavenly Father, I've shared my heart. I've shared only that you want me to share. Now, God, I pray anything in my life that I need to purge, reveal it to me so that I can lay it down. In the name of Jesus. Some of you, I want you here real quick, just examine your life. The things that you wrestle with. Lay it down. Could be bad attitudes. Could be addictions that nobody knows about but you. In the name of Jesus, lay it down. Could be when you're all by yourself, you wrestle with anger and nobody knows it because when you're with other people, you put this smile on it. It seems like everything's all right. But inside, there's a terror, anger. Lay it down. Purge yourself. If you'll lay it down, God will take it. Oh, you might have to wrestle with it, but every time you have that wrestling match, you got to understand, the referee is God. And He's going to let you win. In the name of Jesus, I surrender to you, God. Make me a vessel of honor. Make me meet for your use. Sanctify me, Holy God. Separate me so that I can be used for your kingdom purpose. I give you glory. If you would join hands with the person to your right and to your left, and just begin to pray for them right now.